gentlemen, and others. This is Aqua back with another Magic the Gathering Planeswalker deck unboxing. This time it is the Ashiok Planeswalker deck that we will unboxing. And I believe for Ashiok, I forgot to pull it up before the start of this video, but I just want to take a double check real quick. Ashiok, I believe, is another $5 starter. I believe, but I could be wrong. Let's see. The Sculptor of Fears. Oh, I actually lied. It's a $4, not $5. I apologize. So, Ashiok is the $4 Mythic Rare to start off. Planeswalker to start off this set. Oh, well, that kind of explains why everything popped up like that. Forgot to clear out the other search filter. Alright, once again, I'm going to be using a knife here, ladies and gentlemen. So, if you are a teenager or a kid, use knives with adult supervision, please. Because I do not want to see you get hurt. Because that would be really bad. We don't like seeing children get hurt. So, this deck is actually blue and black, which is usually my third set of colors that I go to, because I love playing the hell out of mill. I love doing mill decks, even though I know they never work in standard. I wish they would just once to vindicate me, but unfortunately, with mill, it just kind of goes by the wayside. But I play, usually after I play either my Pure or my monocolored red fast burn deck. My second deck's usually the red black vampire / burn control type deck. And then my third deck that I usually play is the blue black mill deck, because to me, having somebody completely erase all their cards in their library, I think is just funny to me. I know it's not funny for the people who actually play against me, but usually they end up winning anyways, and this is more just of a fun little match type of thing. So for Ashiok, Sculptor of Fears, his or her abilities, I forget what Ashiok is. It is +2, draw a card, and then each player puts the top 2 cards of their library into the graveyard. -5 to put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under my control. And then the -11 ability is gain control of all creatures target opponent controls. So Ashiok is more the control side of things. And as we saw with the Elspeth deck, we're going to have a set deck. And then we're going to have 2 boosters to go along with it. So there are the 2 boosters and the deck. So we'll put the boosters off to the side. Put the deck up here for the moment. Go ahead, open this up, and it looks like Graveyard Lamia is our top rare in this pre-built deck. Let's see if I can scoot Ashiok just over just a bit more. There we go. Alrighty. There's that. So I'm actually going to grab all the land out of here first. So with this deck, there's going to be a mixture of islands and swamps for the set. And actually, there's 2 unknown shores too. So, oh, whoops. Man, I did it again. There we go. That land goes up there. I have so much land, it's not even funny. But it was nice. It was actually kind of nice that they threw the unknown shores in here to help boost if you start getting flooded of one color over the other. It's nice to be able to. This should help you cast what other color you are missing. So these are probably the only other 2 commons that I will put off to the side, because these 2 are the ones that are actually going to help you with mana generation. So, like I said, the first one's going to be the Gravebreaker Lamia. She's got lifelink. She's a 4/4. She is a 5 cost. And when Gravebreaker Lami enters the battlefield, search your library for a card, put it into your graveyard, then shuffle your library. Spells you cast from your graveyard cost 1 less to cast. So there's that. Our other couple, now it looks like we have 2 of our Ashiok's Forerunners, which is a 5-drop blue and black. And it's a flash card, so you can cast it at any time. And her ability is, when Ashiok's Forerunner enters the battlefield, you may search your library and or graveyard for a card named Ashiok, Sculptor of the Fears, reveal it, and put it into your hand. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. So it's like Elspeth. These are the 2 rares that actually search for Ashiok, Sculptor of Fears. So our next, our first common is Elite Instructor for 3. So let's go ahead and put the commons down here. So it's a 3-drop for a 2/2. When Elite Instructor enters the battlefield, draw a card, then discard a card. Okay. So this is usually how Ashiok goes, is either you put a bunch of stuff in your graveyard, search for a bunch of stuff. Pretty much things like that. And then our uncommon alternate art is Tamret, Chosen from Death, which I think that's going to probably be worth probably either 50 to 75 cents, like Daxios was in the last set. Then we have another Elite Instructor. Oh, it kind of looks like things got just mixed up a little bit in this. That's kind of weird. Alright, and then we have a Towering Wave Mystic, which I think that's 3 of those. So what she does, she is a Merfolk Wizard for 2. And whenever she or he enters, deals damage, target player puts that many cards from the top of their library into the graveyard. So as a mill person, I love this card. Because, boom, 2 damage to you, 2 cards go into the library. Or 2 cards from your library go into your graveyard. And then we have Fraka's Spawn, which is a 4-drop uncommon. Escape 5. I can exile 3 other cards from my graveyard if I pay that cost. And then Fraka's Spawn escapes with 2 +1/1 counters on it. When it enters the battlefield this way, each opponent sacrifices a non-Gorgon creature, which Fraka is a Gorgon. So we'll put the uncommons up here. And then we have Underworld Charger for more another common creature. It is a 3-drop. It is a Nightmare Horse. He cannot block. If you pay 5, exile 3 other cards from my graveyard. 2 Underworld Charger escapes with 2 chargers on it. So for that escape price, you could pay. They have it basically boosted up to a 2 or a 5/5. And then we have a Devourer of Memory for a 1 island, 1 black or swamp. And it is a 2/1 creature. Whenever 1 or more cards are put into your graveyard from my library, Devourer of Memory gets +1/+1 till the end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. And then for 3, you can pay. They put the top card of your library into your graveyard. So there's 1. Oh, these are uncommons. So we'll stick the uncommons up top. And then we have Swimmer Nightmare, which is a Nightmare Merfolk. It is a 3-cost 1 blue 2 general. It's a 1/4. Swimmer Nightmare gets +3/+0 as long as there are 10 or more cards in a single graveyard. Swimmer and Nightmares cannot be blocked as long as you control an Ashiok Planeswalker. So with the Planeswalkers, there's obviously different versions of them over the years. And there's different versions of Ashiok. So if you have more than one type of Ashiok card in this deck, if you decide to modify this deck at all, as long as it's labeled as an Ashiok Planeswalker, this ability would still trigger. So that is another uncommon. And there's 3 of those as well. And then we have a Mind Rack Harpy, which is a 4-drop creature for 3/2 with flying. At the beginning of combat on your turn, each player puts the top 3 cards of their library into the graveyard. So another mill card. Not the best in the world, but, you know, it looks like there's 4 of them. And then I'm actually running out of... Can I put the 2 Unknown Shores down here? I think I can. Oh, you didn't see that. And there are 2 throwaway cards. I always forget about that. So I got the 2 different decks now in my whatchamacallit, the Magic the Gathering arena. All right, now we have Glimpse of Freedom, which is there's 2 uncommons in it, and it's basically draw an instant, 2 cost, draw a card, escape, exile 5 other cards from your graveyard. That card's, other than drawing it, I don't see a reason why you do escape it unless you have an ability to play with your exiled cards, which I usually don't deal with that type of deck for the most part. And we have Sleep of the Dead, which there's 3 of these guys. And basically it is a 1-drop for a sorcery card. Tap target creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. If I pay 3, exile 3 other cards from your graveyard. So once again, playing with the exile pile. And then we have Final Death, which is basically exile target creature for 2. So, for 5, which this card will never get played because it's such a crappy card. And then the last 2 cards are Funeral Rites, which is a 3-cost card. If I draw 2 cards, I lose 2 life, and then put the top 2 cards of my library into my graveyard. And then there is Myers Grasp, for 2. Enchant target creature, and target enchant creature gets -3/-3. So this is another creature removal card. So there you go, guys. Those are the cards that are in the Ashiok's deck for the most part. It's not too bad of a deck. Definitely you gotta play with your graveyard a lot with this deck, and it is a fairly milling deck. So, like I did with the Elspeth deck, I'm going to get rid of all the commons, because I know the commons aren't worth crap. Alrighty. And if you hear some creaking, I do apologize. That's some of my roommates that are living upstairs that, unfortunately, the ward is kind of crappy. So, I do apologize about that. And for the uncommons, I'll leave Tamaret out, because I believe Tamaret's probably the only one that's worth anything. Alrighty. We'll go ahead and put the rest of these up here on top of the common land pile, and we'll get into our 2 packs here. Oh, come on. Alright. So, this is a token for an elemental. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Crap. 10. It's a 10 common booster pack, which means it's going to stink, usually. Then we have Underworld Dreams. Oh, whoops. We got Underworld Dreams as one of our commons. Stinging Lionfish. And then Slaughter Priest of the Magus. That might... When I build a red-black deck eventually, I'll probably be going into that. And then our rare is a Shadow Spear for a 1-drop. Don't know. Let's see. A quick creature gets +1/+1 and has trample and lifelink. Permanents your opponents control Lose hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Oh my lord, that is a good card. That is a good card for this set. So I'm hoping that might actually be worth something, because anytime you can have a card remove hexproof and indestructible, that can really mess up some people's plans. And then we have our Mountain Full Art Land. Alrighty, we're going to go into our next pack here. Alright, and is it a token? It is. It's another Human Soldier token. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another 10 card common pack. But it seems if I were to open this and playing with a friend that had just opened another one, I think this deck would be a little bit better suited to win against the Elspeth deck, because the two boosters have had more. This Planeswalker deck has more cards in the colors of the deck than what the Elspeth deck did. And then we have Scophos Maze Warden for uncommon, Dawn Evangel, and a Hydra's Growth. Hydra's Growth is always good. And then we have an Iliadic Tutor and another Plains. So let's go ahead and break down the price of this box, which I don't think will be much, but you never know. So let's go. I know Ashiok's already $3 or $4. $4. See what the Gravebreaker Lamia is here. There we go. Gravebreaker Lamia is a 50-cent rare. And then Ashiok's Forerunner. Let's see here. Blue-black. Ashiok's Forerunner is a 50-cent rare. But I think this would probably be a good card for Commander. And basically the Commander is a crazy... I think for Commander sets, you can only have 1 or 2 copies of each card in the deck. And the deck's got to be over 100 cards. And you actually have one Commander that you keep bringing in and out if it keeps dying. But I think you got to tack on 1 mana of each. I'm not quite sure how Commander works out. I've never played Commander before. I usually just... The formats that I usually play are drafts, Magic, the sealed versions, like the pre-release and stuff like that. And then for fun, I'll usually do like a multiplayer match, like where it's, or Two-Headed Giant, I think is what it's called. So, alright, so that was Ashiok's Forerunner. Let's see what Tamaret, the alternate art, is on that. So that is an uncommon black. Alright, so Tamaret should be towards the back, because it's T. Yep, there we go. Chosen from Death. Alright. 75 cents for... Well, that's interesting. The non-foil version is more expensive than the foil version. Yeah, so like I think prices, you gotta wait a couple more weeks for the set, for the prices of the set to settle down, because it doesn't make sense to me that the non-foil common art is a quarter more than the foil alternate art. That just doesn't make sense to me. That does not make sense to me at all. I wonder if I should start looking at what was it? Crap. Let me pull up the website again real quick. TCG Player? Yeah, TCG Player. I wonder if I should be looking that up for the prices instead of Star City. If I remember correctly, Star City kind of always overpriced things to begin with. But even still, it's like you're doing a quarter more for the non-foil than the foil. And according to Star City, they got more of the non-foil than they do the foil. So why should the non-foil be... I don't know. Some crazy weird things going on. Alright, so that was that. I want to see what Shadow Spear is here. So we'll clear all. We'll go to rare. And man, I wish for color they would have color. Oh yeah, they do have colors. Never mind. Pay no attention to me. There we go. So this is a Shadow Spear. And a non-foil Shadow Spear is $6. That's what I figured. Okay, so there's our value for this card right there. Okay, because yeah, that's what I kind of thought. If I don't know, is there an alternate art of Shadow Spear? Just looking at the next page real quick. Yeah, there is. Okay, that's yeah. Okay, yeah. The foil extended art Shadow Spear is $50. So that's what I kind of figured. Yeah, and then the non-foil versions, 15 for the extended art. So the extended art basically, I think, goes through the entire. It goes like, yeah, kind of like how Tamarind is. That's the extended art version of it. It's an alternate art slash. The border is all different as well. So okay, that's what I knew that Shadow Spear was going to be worth something. Yeah, anytime you can get rid of hexproof and indestructible, it's a powerful card. It is a very powerful card, especially for a 1-drop too. Oh god, that's nasty. How come I have a funny feeling? Why is it not doing white? Alright. Now it's being silly. I think Star City needs to fix their site. Crap. Alright, so Iliadic Tutor. Let's see here. That's D. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. So let's try 9. There we go. Iliadic Tutor. $4. That's actually not bad. Yeah, because for a 3-drop, search your library for an enchantment card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. I have a funny feeling, yeah, with definitely this set. Yeah. Yeah, because the extended art foil is $30. So I have a feeling it doesn't get played much, but it still has its value because you can insert. I'm sure there's a couple crazy cards that say enchantment on that. If you go search for it with the white card, that you'll actually be kind of good for it. Well, guys, ladies and gentlemen, I think that does about does it for this Ashiok Planeswalker deck unboxing. A little bit shorter than the last video because I think I'm getting a little bit faster at these. Well, actually, I think the last video I actually spent a minute or two searching for that one stupid card that I couldn't find on TCG or on Star City. Anyways, like I said, that does it for this video. So if you want to leave a comment in the comment section down below, please go ahead and do so. Tell me how I'm doing. Tell me what you think of the content. I always approve constructive criticism. And then if you liked the video, please leave a like on it. And if you liked what you've seen on my channel, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I would very much appreciate it. And guys, gals, ladies and gentlemen, and others, this is Aqua, signing off.